Good afternoon. It's the weekly video update briefing for April 20th, 2017 from Polk County Fire Rescue. First, I'd like to remind everybody of some scheduled events. To command staff meetings at Wednesday mornings generally and at 8:45 over at the Bryce Building. We just had one at Camp David this past Wednesday just to break it up a little, but generally at the Bryce Building at 8:45 in the morning. Also, the SCBA in-service starts April 25th. Make sure that you bring your assigned SCBA mask with you for swap out. They're going to fit test you with a new one, but you have to have your old one to turn in to get your new one. Also, the honors and recognition ceremony is April 27th at Polk State College next week. The LEPC in-service begins April 28th at Ridge. The United Way Day of Caring is April 28th, and the EMS Symposium is still scheduled for May 22nd through the 24th with an outstanding lineup of those folks in the medical field. So be sure to attend that what days you can. Also, I want to bring everyone up to speed. The hiring committee has had their last meeting today, and the report's due pretty quickly. But as you recall, the charge was to examine all aspects of recruiting, selecting, promoting, and developing quality employees. And some of the items I'd just like to bring up to speed, big subjects, but just to let you know some of the items that were recommended and for being studied more, of course. One of them is scheduling the mandatory time, the Mike Way plan, for lack of a better word. He hates when I say this, but he worked hard on this, him and some other folks from the field. So that scheduling of MOT, that was a big item amongst the committee. Also, National Testing Network, as you recall, they came in and did a program, very favorable review by all of the folks there on the committee. They wanted us to do a little bit better recruiting visits to some of these training centers. We do go to some things and some job fairs, but they wanted to expand our reach and take brochures and stuff and try to convince some of those people just getting out of paramedic school or just getting out of fire school to come look at Polk County for a career. Also, they wanted to look at the testing methods for promotions, make sure that we're doing things correctly, and our methods today meet the goal that we have for the future officers and engineers and things like that. Also want to look at return to teaching some classes in-house. As you recall, we used to teach FO1 classes and the engineer classes and things like that. That seems to have come back around and looks to be a good viable deal. Of course, we got to work it out with training or get those qualified instructors in there, but they wanted to look at that. Also, officer development programs. Okay, now I'm a captain, or I want to be a captain. What's captains do? So they wanted to look at that, or what's battalion chiefs do. So kind of develop, give them an officer basic course or officer transition, whatever you want to call it, but kind of give an idea of what the expectations are. And just do mentoring programs. We got a lot of folks that's not from around here that start up, and it would be a lot better if we could mentor them. And these were brought up, and real good ideas. We just got to figure out how to implement some of them. Those are some of the highlights that came out of the hiring committee again. Some reminders and updates. The new FTO process that's created in training is done, complete. It's sent up the chain, and it is awaiting approval. Our burn ban is still in effect. We're getting phone calls go, well, I heard the burn ban. No, it is still in effect right now. Also, the new telestaff has gone through, the upgrade has been approved by everybody, and we're given the go-ahead to Kronos and our team here. So look for the process of the upgrade to begin as quickly as possible. Now, I've had a lot of questions about the May paramedic class, and we don't have any money yet and this kind of stuff like that. I have been informed that the program is approved. We're going to do this. The problem is that they were not being able to get through a procurement process set up in time to pay the first one. So what's going to happen is, if you are in the May paramedic class, you're probably going to have to pay up front. You will have to pay up front for that first semester. You will be reimbursed for that if you meet all of our qualifications. Not on probation, all those rules that we set ahead of time earlier. And the county will pay for then the remaining semesters of class. And of course, August is not affected by this. You won't have to do this at all then. But for the folks in the May class already that have already signed up and everything, probably going to have to come out of your pocket. We will reimburse you. The county will reimburse you. Just wanted to clear that up. Sorry for that confusion, but these procurement things take a while. The manager of the county is all for it. It just, you have to get the paperwork in place, and the process has just not been finalized yet in time to do this. Some special reminders we have, as you know, I said last week that all members are required to carry their driver's license with them at all times. State law. Law enforcement officers will ticket you if you don't have it with you. Also, paramedics and EMTs must also carry their respective licenses for paramedic and EMT with them at all times. That's a rule. So make sure that you do that. Well, we come to the end today. So if you do have any questions or comments, please let me know. Rick Parnell at polk-county.net. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the field. I'm trying to make my way around more and get out more. But if you have any questions, email me is the best. And I hope you guys are safe, and we'll talk to you next week.